All right, I'm back. So we left off before with here's the person. We left off with explaining how the device will zigzag before your perceived thought and edit it with a bot and bring it back. And now I'm going to go over the shift points, how they move from one bot to another. So after you're finished using one entity, or you decide to shift after you decide to get out of this looping conversation and move to a different array of bots and move over, what you're going to do is it's suggested that you use a N.L.P looping weave, because it helps to project. It like loops you, it leads you, and it lures you. Okay, a looping lure. And what this does, excuse me, I'm slowing it down a little bit here. Okay, so what this does is, what I'm going to explain is a simple 4-step N.L.P looping lure system. It's something that I've been working with for like the past year or so. I've been moving it around, perfecting it. I'm sure that there's a lot of other very, very similar loops, if not identical. I'm not sure. I've never really read any literature on it. I just took the idea of neurological programming and kind of like manifested this on my own. But I'm pretty sure that it's based off of all the similar science and everything like that. But this is what I deem my N.L.P array. Well, before we go into the N.L.P loop, I have another board ready prepared for this. We got right here, when we're shifting over, we could shift, when we shift from entities, we can also, as we're shifting, you could drop in conscience, you could raise in your conscience, so you could lower and raise your depth of conscience. You could shift speeds or frequencies, so you could speed up your thought process, bring it back. It suggests that the deeper you go, the faster you go, because you have more time. The time and space cease to exist, so you could cram more in a smaller space. So it suggested that you speed up and go faster. Now, also too, you want to have some sort of shifter bot, a phaser bot, or a paradox bot that knows how to pre-prime this bot from your exit strategy, or from where you're exiting on this bot. And we're going to go into that too. Okay. So this is kind of how it looks, but I'm going to go into it over here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it starts another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll start another one, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 1 spot and the 4 spot are basically these two data points. They're just drawn separate here for explanation, but they're actually, you shift this up, and these two data points are actually the same data point. So this is going to be a double distill. Let me pull up the other board now. 1 second. All right. All right, well, hopefully y'all can zoom in. If not, I'm going to try to bring it in on little sections. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to start over here. So, excuse me, clear my throat. It's cold season out here. I'm getting a cold. So, each data point, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It could be a syllable. It could be a train of thought. It could be a key point that has a different algorithm that connects it. We'll go into this later. But so it could be stretched out, or it could be something small, just based off of syllables, alliterating syllables, or anything like that. Okay, I'm not going to go into seed plantation techniques. I would imagine that if you're listening to this, you already know simple seed plantations. If not, I would go on YouTube and start researching it, because all this would make a lot more sense to you. All right. Now, your first data point is a leading lore. Okay. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to give you a dialogue script. I'm going to let you make up your own script. I'm not here to make up scripts for you. I'm here to teach you and show you that I know what the hell I'm talking about and that I don't want to get in trouble for anything. All right. So now they keep taking my breath away and making it hard to talk because they're fucking assholes. All right. So leading lore is here. Now the second position is what is the key point that you want to talk about in the loop. All right. So now this key point is at number 2, and it begins the seed plantation, because the phrase or the train of thought that goes along with this key point right here on number 2 is a plantation style of speech. So you're going to make a phrase that plants the key point with the key point in it. Now the next one, number 3, this is going to be a progressive yes statement. They keep taking my breath away. It's making it really hard to breathe. This is going to be a progressive yes statement. So this progressive yes statement just pushes it forward. It's going to subliminally suggest to this. If you have a map of their neural mind, you could get something that's 2 or 3 key points off and push forward and progressively push whatever you began to plant here forward. Now number 4, it's going to reiterate the seed that you started in number 2, and it's going to double distill it or anchor it in even more. Okay? And so now there's much more to this than that. So now when you start your second N.L.P loop, now this next loop, it's going to be the same, only different. It's going to shift just like on your mind wheel, just like on your mind full spectrum wheel, but you're just going to stay in the same topic or stay in the same entity of bots. So now you're going to connect to a second N.L.P loop, and the first leading lore is going to be synchronized with the last double distilling anchor. So now you take the double distilling anchor and a leading lore, you synchronize the 2 phrases, comments, trains of thoughts together, and you're going to get something that you could use in both scenarios. And now when you get something that you could use in both scenarios, boom, 1 and 4 come together, and that's 3, okay? So that's going to make the first step in the next series, okay? So now, so 4 in the first array and 1 in the next array, it synchronizes the they're fucking with my speech. Can you hear? They're being assholes. Alright, they're real fucking assholes right now. I'm just saying that. They don't want me to teach you all this, but I'm going to. So in actuality, it's going 1, 2, 3. There's your space, your connection bridge, determining whether you stay in the loop, the same topic, same entity, or same like parent bot array. When I say parent bot array, it's the same bot array in that entity, because you could have multiple bots that make up one bot. All right, and as you shift through different arrays, or between the branch of the next entity topic or the mental assistant wheel. Yes. My family says they're getting hurt right now because I'm saying this. This is why it is considered a 4-step process, because number 1, a switch, so they're not letting me speak. So how can we act as a switch to one, or a gateway to a new topic? I mean, they're not letting me talk. Here, we'll read it. Read it off the board then. In the initial breakdown of the loop, it shows the loop between points 2 and 4. So look, there's a loop here. If it's going like this, okay? I don't care. They're saying they're going to kill me. The alchemist group here is saying they're going to kill me because I'm going to put them all in jail for saying this on camera. Well, you know what? They used this on me, so you know what? I don't give a fuck. Right now, they're hurting my family too. All right, making it really hard. So basically, the subtrack is being pushed on the bottom here. The deeper the depth, the less intensity. So it's basically like a subliminal track. So it's playing 2 tracks. And the fourth, so basically it's doing the double distilling anchor, but it's saying it before it ever gets to it under number 2. So it's double distilling it as you're saying the phrase that begins the seed plantation. But you're hearing both simultaneously, but this one's on a subtrack. All right. But now in the mind, it's coming up as like a focal lure or like an illusion, because the visuals, it has a visual that pops up in your mind and you could see it, and it shows a loop like this. Okay. So your mind is using a dual track style of listening, a focal line and subfocal line. There are many ways to enhance both focal and subfocal techniques. So yeah, and just remember, right here, all this right here, this little pre-time, that's all time that another bot can synchronize or phase into the next key point. So now you're phasing in the second data point to the first one, and also the double distilling anchor phrase to the leading lore phrase. So your leading lore and double distilling phrase, and this, and so the actual key topic. And you see look what they're doing to my hands. It's shaking. They're not letting me talk. You see this? They're fucking assholes. You guys need to stop these people. All right. There's your one lesson, and I'll make more of these, and I'm gonna tell you how the fuck all this shit works because they're being niggers. They made me say that.